Hi you guys, welcome to Film Companion. I know it's been a while since I spilled some tea, and after Brahmāstra's bumper opening at the box office, I really just wanted to celebrate with Mouni Roy over some cutting chai and vada pav in Mumbai ki Barish. Mouni, welcome to Film Companion.
Thank you. How are you?
Very well, but I can imagine that life outside the Astraverse must be so dull and overrated.
Yes, it is.
But thank you for doing this. I thought we could celebrate Brahmāstra with some vada pav and cutting chai in the Mumbai ki Barish. Cheers. Welcome to Spill the Tea. I'm going to dive straight in by asking you about what the past couple of days have been like for you. The response to Junoon has been really overwhelming.
You really want to know?
I want to know.
I haven't had the time to sink it all in. I've been traveling to Gorakhpur, then to Punjab, UP, Punjab, Dubai twice. And it's just been, amongst... It's like a whirlwind. I don't know. You must know that, sometimes too many things happen at the same time and then there's this lull. So this is my time of, I think everything is happening all together. But yes, I can sense the love that has been pouring in, and whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, and all across social media, I've been receiving so much love for people. Are like, every day I get to hear somebody say, we love to hate you in the film. So I think that's a compliment, and
that is a big compliment if there was one. But is this also like validation, especially to the critics or the criticism that you may have faced when the trailer dropped? Is this the sort of validation that you were just hoping that people would get when the film released?
I don't know about validation, but it feels really good. And yeah, like, I've always been criticized for something or the other. It doesn't really bother me,
Yeah.
So even when the trailer came, I was just very happy that the trailer has come out.
Finally.
After so many years. I was just very happy about my friends and family reacting to it, and people who had watched the film at that point of time. I was already getting a lot of appreciation, and they liked my character, and they all thought that Junoon is a surprise surprise package in the film. So I always focus on the positive. I always focus on the good. I'm a half glass full girl.
That's a good way to be.
Yeah.
But I also, like, in my opinion, Junoon does such a good job with just establishing the world of Brahmāstra and setting the stakes of the film. But I can very well imagine that it was a very fine balance for you with regards to tonality, because you can very easily go from being menacing to just outright hamming.
Yeah.
So what was the direction given to you? Did you have a reference of any sort to play with?
No, I didn't have any reference, but I was given a very beautiful connection by Ayan. Both me and Ayan are Shiv Bhakts, and he just said that, imagine throughout, and he'd keep reminding me on set every single day when we were shooting, that always never forget your connection with Shivji. Never forget. It's subtle. It's I still get goosebumps when I think about it. It's very everything is inside you. It's the world inside you where you're connecting, if you're connected to Shivji or Krishna. So draw parallels to that. That's whom you are connected to, and that's how you will approach. That's the kind of respect you talk with. That's the kind of respect you command. That's the kind of... So that was a connect that was given to me. Also, Ayan was very clear on one thing, that even though it's an Astraverse, or it has bits of mythology and different astras and culture and tradition, it is very Indian. We were not set out to make like the heart had to be very, very Indian. So to him, Junoon's character has come from Ma Kali, if I may say so. So that was his. So it had no sense of being a caricature or being loud, or but it was like, I took time to understand it because it wasn't the easiest thing to play. So I had to unlearn a lot.
What do you mean?
Like whatever acting I had done, whatever projection there was, as an actor, you project, right? Like even when I'm talking to you, I'm so animated right now, and there'd be an expression in my eyes. Suddenly, when I'm happy, there'll be happy expression. If I'm sad, I'd just like, fall back. But Junoon wasn't that. She's outlandish. She is, she has a sense of calm.
And Twitterati clearly says that Mouni got the memo.
I read that.
That's what they really meant, that you kind of just fell straight into that world.
So I had to kind of shove everything I had learned earlier. Even though, sometimes I read comparisons with Nagin, it was, I wish I hope somebody had taught me how to do this. It would have been much easier for me to play Junoon at that point of time. But that was a lot of projection with a lot of conviction. It was completely different from what I had to do. So no, it wasn't easy for me at all. I took a lot of time to kind of get the sense of what did he mean by maintaining that kind of calm and dignity.
Yeah, but you also have talked about Ayan's process as a director being meditative.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean in a way?
Yes, he just knows what he wants. He's very clear. So sometimes when I would have, when I really get stuck, say with a small, and it's not like, you know, there are so many lines to say or anything. When you get stuck while emoting, and you know, because he'd just know that that's not right. That's not what he wants. And if you asked him, he'd come and give you an adjective. He'd be like pensive, calm, quiet, scared but not showing. So he was so direct, like he had so much clarity in his direction that it just made it easy, I feel.
What's the adjective he used most for Junoon?
Everything that I told you just now. There was it wasn't just like one adjective. I was talking about if I got stuck in a scene or something,
he'd give you an emotion.
He'd just come and give me an emotion to play with. So that made it easier.
You know, we don't know very much about the origin story of Junoon, and I hope that's something that we possibly will explore in part 2. There is a rumor that she is Shiva's sister. You probably can't tell me more, but what I'm curious to know is whether you know Junoon's real backstory. Do you know it?
I have a sense of it, but yeah, obviously I can't talk about it right now.
But you know, now that we've watched the film, I think it's safe to say that your character clearly had the maximum screen time with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes.
Was that one like bonus reason to sign the film? Like,
I didn't know. No, I didn't know. It was just dropped on me like a bomb. I said, what? I am the person who gets to shoot with him.
Yeah.
And it happened over a period of I think 6 or 7 days. We were shooting all nights, and I was filled with questions. And he is he's brilliance personified, most intelligent, charming, witty, eloquent.
Also, he smells like a dream.
Yeah, he's the best. Like really, literally, like, and he was so nice and kind, you know, like no matter what you asked him, he'd talk to you, and he'd just like be very responsive. If you were talking, he'd listen to you. So it's great, really.
But what were your interactions with him during the shoot? Like, what could you pick up as an actor with the week with Shah Rukh?
That why he is where he is today. Whether it's his, I mean, most genuinely, when he acts, he just embodies that character. And it wasn't like it was a full-fledged film for him, you know. He had just come in as the scientist, and I mean, if you see his screen presence, I don't know, it's like a bomb blast. It's an energy blast. And we'd be shooting all nights, and I mean, I remember feeling like sleepy or tired at 4:35. He's just like up. He's on constantly, like, and oh my God, the way he respects everybody around him, the kind of love that he shows towards everyone, it's unimaginable. Unfortunately, I only had a very limited amount of time.
Listen, so, you can't complain. I think you got the most.
Yeah, in this film, yes. But
But talking about the shooting, you know, let's talk a little bit about the fact that you've spoken about how this has been one of the most challenging parts of your career. And just about VFX acting, of course it looks really badass on screen, but the truth is, and I can very well imagine that on set it was very technical and almost strange. What do you have to keep in mind as an actor when your film is
I also have to thank some of my TV work for that. I have acted a lot on green screen, whether it's Mahadev or Nagin. But again, this was very different because it was a huge production, and you know, we'd sometimes be shooting on a fake stone, and imagine that, you know, there's a field of stone, or it's just like you're running in the jungle. Sometimes you'll be running on the treadmill, and it had to be like and treadmill without the support of obviously. So that, you know, it seems like we are when you have to take those closes or like mid shots. So yeah, it was strange, but there is no beauty without some strangeness.
But how you're just imagining it, or
no? You're always told your like, okay, so the person is standing over there, or like, you know, it's set out for you, and then you have these cross marks, especially like if you've seen the after interval scene.
Yeah.
So I literally was looking, I think, from beyond the studio walls to studio roof, because the statue was that big. So we had to just imagine it, and they would give you a point to look up. So you would look up there and keep talking. And
Wow.
it was all. It was. I don't think it's only one person's job. It's a whole entire team coming together, and every department kind of doing their job to perfection to kind of achieve the finesse in while working on a green screen, because it is a difficult thing. You know, you can't like get it wrong, because it all, you can't manage it later then. So
Yeah. And the last thing you want is to do a tacky job.
tacky
with
job.
that.
Yeah.
You know, oftentimes TV actors do find the little bit of a stumbling block when it comes to breaking into Bollywood, but somehow here, my sense is that, do you think the popularity that you had with Nagin actually helped you land Junoon in any way?
Most definitely. Okay, so I won't just talk about Nagin. I'm a firm believer of going at it and working and doing one job after another, and like, you know, if I am here today, I am present and I'm giving my 100% to you, and that's how I treat every single project that's been given to me. And I truly believe work begets work. So it is, and you know, I have never believed, like when I was doing television also, I was a very happy TV actor, and I was okay being that. But yes, as an actor, you know,
the most popular one that there was.
Thank you. But I obviously, as an actor, you know, you want to see yourself on the big screen. You want to play different parts. You kind of want to explore that, you know, that side of you, or you know, you want to be a versatile person and not just do like one role for many years. I'm sorry, I have forgotten your question.
No, but do you feel like
yes, most definitely. Yes, most definitely. But I can't take credit for it. I think it was all Mukesh and then Ayan. Mukesh Chhabra. He kind of thought of me when Ayan went to him saying that, you know, we have this part and whom do you suggest? So he somehow remembered me, and I'm sure that, you know, he had seen some of my work from Nagin. So it's all connected.
What was the trick, or how along the way, how did that guest appearance get fleshed into a full-fledged antagonist?
You have to ask Ayan that, to be very honest. But I think that he kind of, the story demanded that, and he thought that, you know, he told me, I think in one of our conversations, he wanted the villain to be also as powerful as the hero, and for the, you know, just
you need
to
the villain to be
exactly.
Exactly. You know, I also saw this lovely picture of your entire crew wearing Junoon t-shirts and watching the film. I can very well imagine that being a really surreal moment, but it's also testimony to the goodwill that you've accumulated along the journey, right? Like so many people just rooting for your success on the big screen. What was that screening like for you?
Well, unreal, you know. I think I was just crying most of the time, and I couldn't believe it. Before going into the theatre, I was telling everyone, because my friends are my biggest critic. Like, you have no idea about what they had to say about a lot of my work, and a lot of the songs. And they'd come to me and say, why do you embarrass us like that? They're all, and I don't have like many industry friends, maybe one or two of them who are somehow related to the industry but not like mainstream. So, and I told everyone, don't expect too much, and I was like, you know, I'm in this outlandish costume and garb, and like God only knows what they have to say about it. But when I saw everybody feeling like really proud and happy and not have a single negative thing to say about me, and I was just, because the whole time in the theatre I was watching the movie like this. And I was trying to like peep in and look at everybody and what they are feeling and thinking, and everybody was just like glued. And you know, sometimes, because I had seen the movie like twice before, so I was just like walking up and down, and they're like, don't disturb us, don't disturb us. So it was a great feeling, really.
It's almost a year since you've been married now, and it's such a, it looks clearly like such a lovely phase in your life. I'm curious to know what Suraj just brings to the artist in you. Like, what has he altered in this year?
He gives me perspective. So I think he is one of the most sorted, intelligent, simple, educated man with a brilliant sense of humor. I can go on and on about him with adjectives, but you know, one very important thing he told me once we started dating, when we started dating was, you know how big the world is, Mouni, how many people are there and how many cultures and how many different kind of professions, and all you are bothered about is Bollywood and Bombay. And don't be like that. Don't be that person. Like, open your eyes and experience it all. Let it all come in. Like, till the time you don't open yourself up, and lot of the things you wouldn't be able to receive. So I thought I was like, potential.
Let's marry him.
Let's marry him, yeah.
But Mouni, what does a film like this do for an actor? Like, what are you hoping that the visibility that this platform gives you, what are you hoping it does for you?
I don't know how to answer this question rightly, but I guess I want to work. I have always wanted to work, and I want to do play different characters. I want to do author back roles, and so that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for more work. Like I said, work begets work, and I hope this also opens some new avenues and new doors for me.
Is it true that the phone doesn't stop ringing when
no, it's not started so far. So yeah, so I wouldn't know yet.
You know, a lot of your fans, of course, wanted to see you way more involved in the promotions of Brahmāstra. What is it that you'd like to tell them now?
That you know, when they are your fans, when they love you unconditionally, and they take out time to make these videos and like write on your profile all the time and give you so much unconditional love. So when they say something, I just tell them I love you back, and that was a strategy, I think. Also, what would I have done going in the promotions? You know, I couldn't have spoken about. I mean, I think it was best left a surprise for people to go and experience. So I really think it was the right call for me to not be a part of promotions. So none of you be upset about it.
That answered. Finally, I'm just going to leave by asking you, what is that one enduring memory from the sets of Brahmāstra and all the years that went into making it that you're going to very safely tuck into your box of happy memories?
Knowing Ayan. I would really, it tops the list. I think he's, I always say he's God's favorite child, and he's just the most amazing person. So, you know, all the heart that you find in the film, it's all Ayan. In everything, in all the Astras, every single character, in the VFX, everything is just him. And for somebody, for such a young filmmaker to do this in his third film and even to think about attempting it, I think it's just, yeah, so knowing Ayan.
Yeah, no, you guys have really given us a much needed, joyful time at the cinemas. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Are there any parting bits about Dev that you can tell us?
I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm not lying. I genuinely don't know.
Well, we're going to have to wait and watch, but hopefully not another 5 years.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for chatting with me.
Hey guys, I am on Spill the Tea with Sneha. If you like this episode, please subscribe to Film Companion. Thank you.